right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Time with the Captains live here on TV3. And as I mentioned earlier on, we've got students from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, postgraduate students of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, and they constitute our guests tonight on Time with the Captains. Quickly, let me just introduce our guest for the month of February. He attended the Shell Defensive Driving School, and he did his O-level education at the Suhum Secondary Technical School. He's the board chairman of Hacks Petroleum Ghana Limited. He's also the founder and board chairman of Blue Telecoms Limited. Over the years, he's won a number of awards, including the Outstanding Transport Company in the oil and gas category for West African Business Excellence in 2018. He also won the Excellence in Health, Safety, Environment and Quality Awards, that's in the downstream sector, at the Ghana Oil and Gas Awards in 2017. He won the Haulage Company of the Year, the Ghana Oil and Gas Awards also in 2017, and also won the Excellence in Health, Safety, Environment and Quality in the downstream sector, also in the Ghana Oil and Gas Awards in 2016. Quite a distinguished personality. He's a founder and the chief executive officer of J.K. Hogley Transport Company Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me. Welcome the chief executive, Mr. Joseph Kweku Hogley. All right, so Joseph Kweku Hogley is the founder and the chief executive officer of J.K. Hogley Transport and Company Limited. Thank you very much, sir, for your time, and good to have you on the program. Tonight, we've got guests from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration. Yes. These are business students from GIMPA, and they're here to learn a few things from you and your experience over the years. So let me start off by finding out from you, how has growing up been for you?
Growing up in the world is just a common way of living. It is how you have planned to live. And the environment also can change you, but you must target something that you want to do. If you're a baby, when he's crying, he's targeting something. When you give him a toffee or something in the sun, he stops crying. So from the beginning you were born, you have to target something. And that target makes you grow according to your target. There could be a failure, but that failure is just a challenge to advise you. So growing just a normal thing. I have passed through all those things, and then so that I don't feel it as a challenge anymore, because it was preparing me for today.
Have you always wanted to be a businessman?
Well, whilst I was in school, my plan was to be the most serious engineer in the world, not a businessman. But along the line, engineering has a lot of things. So you pick one and then you leave some. So along the side, business will follow in. You know, we have so many businesses in Ghana that you see it as not a business, then maybe it's your choice. But I have a business eye that can see that here's business, here is business. As we are here, if I'm here, I take a towel, start cleaning the chest. Somebody stuff, this man is doing well. Can we employ him? I want business. So we can create business at any time.
So you attended Suhum Senior High School, Secondary Technical School. Yeah. You went to the Shell Defensive Driving School. How has education impacted on who you are today?
Well, education is a tool of changing worlds. We'll read the Bible. See, God said, give Caesar what he deserves. Because he could speak 2 languages. So he could do business between 2 people. So education is just to change your mother language to another language, to educate you that if this man is speaking maybe Hausa, you can understand him and then do what 2 of you want to share together. So education is everywhere. And it has actually helped me. For the little I do, I didn't go to university, but our time, O-level was not. I took a degree.
Do you regret not having been to university?
Do
you regret not having been to university?
No, because I followed up from O-level. I followed up with trainings and certificate trainings. And that has pushed me where I am. Doesn't mean you go to university. So when you have, is education I want? It's yes, no, go, come. I can know that I have this. I can start something. So at one time I had to ask my children why. When we go to parties, one day I remember I went to parties with my old classmates. It was speaking, I'm from Hodge Hall. Hodge Hall, I said, this was speaking hall against me. So I just walk out. I went and stand somewhere, waited for them to finish their whole matter. It will affect you. It actually affected me that way. But later I said, look, I can also do business equally to what they're doing. So let me forget about that. I can speak the language they're speaking. So I have a starter. They have advanced. So I told my children, look, go to the university and go to the last point of the F. So I spend every time making my children on top class.
Tell us about your first business idea. How did it come up?
Yeah, my first business idea was, whilst I was in school, my mother employed somebody to be taking us along to school. So along the line, my mother bought a Morris truck. That was 1967. So
I'm not sure any of you were born.
So 67, when we go to school and come, I have to wash his car, trying to learn how to wash his car for him, and he likes me. So when you go to road and come back, so when I clean the car, get some petrol. At that time, you have throw petrol, the old petrol, there's a hole in it. And so I stopped the car, should take it, and I was keeping it. So when I went to school, I finished my education, went to school. When I got to Form 3, I started knowing the taste of money. Because
Did it taste good?
it is good. It is good. Because I cannot go and buy rice water. In those days, you chop rice, only Christmas days you can get rice to chop. So I just go around, hey, I can buy rice water, and I start feeling the money was good. So when I come, I increase my holiday working on the trucks with my mother's drivers. Along the line, that's about 12 years. I started moving some parts and fixing it back. Then when I go to school, I was able to do this convention with my friends. So when I go to school, I still have money in my school. So I have to be borrowing money to my friends in school. And so money was good, eh? So when I finished school, around Form 5, one day I went and broke my box. I see what is inside, and I had 11 cities. I said, wow, I've got money. And I was happy that day. So I visited a bank manager, I have 11 cities, what will I do with it? He put in the Barclays Bank, called Mr. Nkrumah. He put in Barclays Bank, I said, okay, go back to school and finish your school. When I finished my O-level, I came back. He gave me the money, and I bought a truck.
Your first truck?
My first truck. And I showed it to my mother. My mother said, all right, where did you get the money? You know, we always, they have to tell you, where did you get the money? How do you find the way? So that no spirit to come to the house. But the spirit will change the money anyway. So through that one, they did all the investigations so that I saved the money. That's why moving my own truck. I've learned the driving already from my mother's drivers. I had two good uncles who they didn't take a joke for me at all. So they taught me how to drive. I started going to the villages to sell kerosene on bicycles.
And which year was this?
That was 77.
So from 1977, you bought your first truck?
Yeah, I bought my first truck.
And now you have how many trucks?
I have about quite going to 700, but I don't know numbers because I keep buying and selling.
From one in 74 to over 700 trucks today.
Yeah.
You deserve some applause. So, Mr. Hogley, I understand you also sold kerosene once upon a time in your life?
That's when I come on holidays, what I do is that you put the kerosene on a bicycle, then you go to the villages. Then when you go and sell there, when you come back, the commission, what you put on it is your commission. And I did that one for quite 3 years. Then I went back to school. That was starting pillar for the business. And there were a lot of people working for my mother, so my mother didn't go to school anyway, but she was able to set a business. So we also continue.
Pretty shortly, we'll be taking questions from the audience, so please make your questions ready. I'll come to you shortly. How much does each of these trucks cost today?
Well, you want to go to accounting. It is, the trucks are very expensive. They are around $300,000 now.
And you own 700 of this.
Well, I own 700, but it's the make of human being. All my staffs are more, they own the job.
And you have how many workers?
I have about 800 workers.
800 workers, about 700 trucks.
Yeah.
So you are into petroleum, and I'm sure you've diversified over the years, haven't you?
I keep adding more.
So how many companies do you own now?
I own companies which, my own company, I have shares in other companies. When you have shares in a company, you don't own it. So I have shares in...
You have equity in
Yeah. I have shares in the Blue Telecom, 4G company. We were the second best to have the 4G company license. We are operating. It is a hard work you have to put on. But we are managing it. It's the best in the market.
Before I come to the audience, having been a businessman over the years from the early 60s to date, what would you say has been your most challenging moment where you almost felt like giving up on yourself?
Yeah. See, I'll tell everybody, nobody should think of giving up. Nobody. You know, I asked myself, one day, I ran away from school. Then my uncle asked me, you ran away. You sit down. I sat down. I said, look, the teacher that is teaching you, did he sit down? She was standing up. The whole day standing. You are sitting in a seat, and they give you money in your pocket, and so you are tired. Go back. I have to go back. When I start training my workers, I said, I'm employing you, I'm training you, I'm giving you money. Then you start complaining that you are tired. How about me who is training you, give you money, paying you, do everything for you? What am I doing? So I said, okay, now I don't owe the business. You owe the business. I've employed you, I've put money into your life. I put business into your life. I can only drive one car, so I owe one car. You can drive that one, you owe that one car. Take it as your property. Then tomorrow come back and say, look, you have done this. Then I'll tap you, okay, what you have done, this is your share, this is my share. So I'll make it open for you. When I did open it, well, then I don't know that, look, it's not easy to just, people get into this world and say that somebody has employed me, so I'm working for that person. It's never true. It's never true. The person has invested into your life. It is also to manage that one, learn from the person, and then grow, because that's what I did. I learned from my parents and grew a business, and today I'm also enjoying it. So I'm also extending that to you. So nobody should say that they've employed me. Oh, I mean, TV3, they employ me, so they are paying me less salary. What are you adding on? The adding on brings the money. So every businessman that says business, people who are employed, especially the employees think, yes, people are cheaters. You can also cheat employers. Yes, they are there. But the moment you start seeing you are going bad, see what is coming and what is being given to you before you can plan how to make mistakes.
A round of applause for Mr. Joseph Kweku Hogley, the founder and the chief executive officer of JK Hogley Transport and Company Limited. He's our guest on Time with the Captains for the month of February. I'm going to take my very first question. Just raise up your hand, you introduce yourself, and then you ask your question. I've got several questions to ask you, so if you don't raise up your hands, I'll keep asking all the questions. So who is our first question coming from? Yes, sir. Who has the microphone, please? Kindly pass the microphone over to him.
Yeah. My name is Stephen Okuasan, and Mr. Hogley.
Yes, sir.
I heard you say that at childhood you were making money by, I think, washing people's vehicles. Yes, and I guess that is why now you are even a transport owner.
Yes.
But I'm wondering why not maybe using your vehicles for conveying passengers, but rather you are into oil and gas.
Yeah.
That is the first question I have.
Okay.
Later on.
Okay.
No, you've got to finish your question.
I have a number of questions, actually.
No, you will give opportunities to other people. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, then my next question should be, from your background, I hear you have an award in downstream oil activities.
Yes, logistics.
Yes. I wonder whether maybe the upstream, you are familiar with that and what is happening. Because even the Local Content Act, I am wondering whether we are achieving the objectives. Because actually we intended to have about 90% local content after 10 years. But now I doubt whether we have about even 10% local content.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You see, the first question, why am I not using buses? You know, in business, you must know your environment cost, and then you must know your investment cost. These two things matter in business. I'm telling you, the research that there are most transporters, those transporters actually last in Ghana 7 years. The highest is 7 years. You can see that they've not gone to training or they don't go to the second generation. My company is the third generation now. I'm the board chairman. My daughter is MD, acting MD now. He's the third generation. So if I look at my cost in the transport sector, there are so many politics there. They're playing. Actually, the person per seat, I'll tell you, we go down to calculation, person per seat cost per passenger, if you're within 100 kilometers in Ghana here, it's about 20 cedis. But they're charging 8 cedis. Because some people say that, don't do it, I'll lose my election.
So what you mean, it's not profitable?
It's not profitable. I'll tell you why it's not profitable. Have you seen a brand new trotro in town? So ask yourself that you are sitting in death traps. That's the thing. A trotro is costing $70,000 or $50,000. And you are supposed to pay off the vehicle 4 years. Now, how much is the car making? If it's 4 years, you divide the 4. That even $50,000 plus interest of 12% by 4. You are around 75. By 4 years, let me say plus expenses, you are around 80,000. By 4 years, you also pay $20,000 a month, a year. You have only 9 working months in a year. So if you divide that money by 9, the trotro can never do it.
And that's why you chose to be in petroleum.
So it actually, I was driving new plan buses. I have bought new plan buses. I was the first person to bring Citra into the country after State Transport. That time, the State Transport, the military man was the boss, the chairman there. So they seized the truck, the buses. I paid my taxes, so they later on released it to me.
Right. The second question is on local content.
So the rates are not good for. You are sitting in debt trap cars, which are not good. That's the reason why. Second one is that in the petroleum sector, there are sectors that you must be comfortable with before you go in there. You can see somebody driving, I'll give an example. Somebody driving a Tico. You are driving a Benz. You all go to the same journey, you use the same road. The bank has more expenses than you. So he has targeted his expenses that he can meet it. So you don't copy that man. You must target your income, your expenses, and your environment costs to find out, can I meet this target? If I cannot meet it, I don't go in. It's like people just, I saw my brother buying these clothes, so I also want to buy. We all go to the same church. They go and buy it. Like 2 days we hear that people do wedding and then there's a bill behind. You understand? These are the examples I'm giving you. So you must know your cost and your income before you can start the business. The high stream is a hell of money. So you asked a nice question that the Ghanaian imports in the downstream, the local content. Yes, I find problem with local content all the time. I must tell you. Every business here, Ghanaians have partnership outside. In the petroleum industry, most of the things are in dollars. You have to borrow the money. So if it's a local content, government local content, it's good. But if you don't have the capital, You can't slot yourself in there.
And it's very capital intensive.
Yes, you can't slot yourself. Even the downstream, if you don't have the capital, you can't slot yourself in there. You're going to slot yourself, tomorrow the bank will be on your neck.
Great. Let's take the next question. Yes. Where are the ladies? Where are my ladies?
Yes, thank you. My name is Victus Avevo. Yes, you started...
Victus, you
yes.
are with GIMPA?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do?
I do operations and supply chain management. Yeah. You started from your washing of cars. I mean, you started with one truck after school.
Yeah.
How did you make it big? From which point? That's the first question.
Yeah.
Question 2. How did you survive the political circles? I mean, from the yes. How did you survive it?
That's
we
fine.
know how
The
business
question
people.
is, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I understand.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll answer that question. It's a very nice question. I was thinking about this question before I came here. You see, I will let you one thing. Look at me. I'm going to school people. Then all of them went to university. I didn't go to university. Do you think I'll be sitting down for them to come and meet me just as it is? No. So in business, wherever you find yourself, add a little effort. A little effort. Even when you are selling water. There's one story I didn't tell you before. And when the slipper came to Ghana first, I was the first person to sell tea in the slipper. I was selling SKK and tea in the station. And the station I'm selling is at Ajahn Kutuku. The store is still there up to today. I separate that store. It's not easy. So you must don't look at somebody. You know, I have that story about Sodom Gomorrah when the woman looked back and turned to salt. I said, I will never look back to poverty.
You've tasted poverty. And how does it taste?
Poverty is so good.
All right, so this is really getting emotional now at this stage. We're going to go for a short break. Ladies, get your questions. Don't cry. Don't add to the cry. Get your questions. We'll be back shortly. This is Time with the Captains on TV3. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Time with the Captains live here on TV3, and we're excited to be joined by the Chief Executive Officer of J.K. Hagley Transport and Company Limited, Joseph Kweku Hagley. It's really getting interesting. It got a bit emotional at a point in time, but hey, we're fine. Tonight, we're joined from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, and they constitute our audience for the month of February. So you're answering some questions.
Yeah, I was
just over
answering
the
his
break.
question, yeah. He said about politics. How did I get about it? You know, every country has got its own rules. And the rules guide you. Now, it is changing in a different direction. But if you have that respect for yourself, you respect the rules, and nothing will touch you. You work and work, nothing will touch you. I saw...
Jerry Rawlings?
Not Jerry Rawlings. I saw Kankanyami. I saw that one. A champion came. There was one soldier again before a champion came. Akufo. One something. Akufo. Afrifa, they were not there. They were just operational. Although before a champion came, well, when a champion came, this country was. I always say that the women always should pray and thank that man. Because he brought life into the ladies in this country. I'm telling you. I'll tell you why. If you're a hard worker, you can feed your children when the husband doesn't have a pesewa. People give it names, but that names doesn't work anywhere. He put life into people, and people were working. I was driving before they changed the steer to Nifa. I was driving Bedford by then. But because we were obeying the rules, they said do this, we are doing it. no stone ever touch anybody. I say true. But when they say no, I'm going to against, then you see people running shelter. It's good, it's all part of the game, but you guide yourself. I made my own self a policeman against my own life. That actually helped me, and I say true.
Next question. When you're done, please pass the microphone to the side.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I must say your story is very inspiring. Yeah. As a student, I would like to ask...
Your name, please.
My name is Portia Sumuna. Yes. As a student, I would like to ask, what are some of the job opportunities, in the oil and gas industry? And then my second question would be, what are the major challenges involved in the haulage of oil and gas in this our sub-region? Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the first question you asked is opportunities. Yes. The opportunities are there. But opportunities goes with finance. This country, if you go to a bank to borrow money, if you are not another person, somebody hold a bag and go. When you go, they say, hey, look at your collar. That's the only problem you have. So the opportunities are there, but to start, you need something to start. Because in oil sector, everything is buying and selling. That's the whole game. The downstream, you are buying and selling. So if you are not pre-financing a job, nobody will look at you. A lot of people have lost money in the downstream, importation of fuel, and still people's neck are sinking to the banks. So if you don't have that money, you can't just do it. That's the one side about it. The opportunities are there. To trade is there. Now we have about 108 oil companies in Ghana. First, we were having 4. Only 4. They came to 5. Now, Ghanaians have taken over the job. Fine. That's opportunities for all Ghanaians. Fine. Now, the second question is...
The challenges in the haulage.
The challenges. When you say challenges in haulage, we take money from the banks to buy the trucks or the tankers. Now, if you work and then you are not paid on time, the bank will now slap penalties on your investment. That you have not been calculated, that has not been a cost for you. That are the challenges we are facing now. But quite good now, we have somebody who is guiding, ruling, have power over all the roads called MPA. He's looking at all these things and trying to restructure it so that we can perform well. It's far better than before. The new officers in MPA is far better than before. They're restructuring things to make everybody have a good share in the business. Before, it's trial luck. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. It's trial luck. Just like going to buy, sending a child to buy egg, and it's coming, then it's happening, the egg fall down. You lose. So when you put your money in the business, like you're going to buy egg and they ask you to run with the egg. That's the petroleum downstream now. You see a lot of filling stations running around, but all what they are doing, they thought they would have even built the house to rent. I'm telling you the fact. I'm running 10 stations. So I know what it is. There's more involved. I'll just give you one example. When you buy a truck of petrol, your profit after selling, you are buying 250,000. You are selling it. You are paying your light bill. The light bill takes 30% of the money. You pay your staff, pay your social security, everything. You are left with 1,000 cedis. So if you look at 250,000 against 1,000 cedis or 2,000, and somebody is having 5,000 and is going to Agbogbloshie and coming is making money more than you, where will you put your money? So in business, you have to, I said it already, you have to look at your cost implications. You can be the biggest rich man in the world. If you don't look at your cost implications, forget your money will go down the drain.
All right, next question.
Yeah. My question is...
Your name and where you're from?
My name is Ivy Ali, and I'm from Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA.
What do you do?
Operations and Supply Chain Management. Thank you for having me, sir. My question is, how did your background influence and or impact your career choice today?
It's a good question. I've said it already. I think people heard it. I started with my mother. My mother didn't go to school, so I started crazy, and I grew up. And she took care of us very well. The name I write ugly. It's not my name. It's my mother's name. I'm the first Ghanaian who is writing his mother's name. Because if she dies, the name is finished. So I'm keeping that name running because of what it did. Never think your parents are poor. They have something for you. That power. So that's the reason why I'm writing that name. And the background is always the sparker and the brain behind your brain. She has done very well. And I'm keeping her name. I'm running a business and it's quite growing up. My father was a carpenter. He has nothing. But we all live together. The mother did very well. That is the influence. Never throw your parents that, oh, my mother is a poor man, my father is a poor man. No, there's something. That's something, the power of the name. Our women in this country are powerful. But
Women are really powerful. Come on. The next question.
My name is Success Asima.
Success.
Yes.
Okay. What do you do?
Supply chain management.
Okay.
Mr. Hogley, we salute you and we salute your mother. I'm a woman and I'm proud that we have a great woman who raised a great man like you.
yeah.
My first question is, since 1977, you started with a bus
Yeah.
and with a car.
Yeah.
And Ghana has been through a lot of phases politically and economically. There's been crisis for businesses. Many businesses have collapsed over the period. I would like to know what unique strategy do you use to survive during this era? Because somewhere along the line, I'm sure you saw your business trying to go down. So I would like to know what unique strategy did you use to sustain your business? Secondly, I would like to know the competition for the oil haulage companies. Is the local oil haulage companies thriving or surviving against the foreign investors that
Thank
are
you
in
very
this
much,
business?
Success.
Thank you.
What I would say is that I think the first one, I've said it twice already. I've said it already 2 times. And see, I said that when a country has a law and you obey the law.
But quite apart from obeying the law, I mean, there have been things that have not been connected to politics, like the depreciation of the local currency, for instance.
Well,
the power crisis, which affected every business. How did you survive?
you see, the depreciation is an automatic thing. So me, I don't see it as natural effect. It's not a natural effect. It's like, it's a gameplay, the depreciation. We tried to solve it in Atami's time, but people went and did it. Otherwise, we will not be there by now. But I don't want to talk about that. It's a huge political thing. And I don't know how you feel. You young guys coming, I don't know how you manage it when the dollar is 10 cedis or 12 cedis. Because I don't know, I don't want to say that, let's put the depreciation aside. Well, let me answer your question. You see, the policies that are in the country, every day we see new events challenging their own policy. Today I was saying your news today, where they were accusing people who were not, they saw something happen and they said, oh, they never saw it. Even those people can say they never saw it. What about you? You get me? So sometimes you have effect. We hear a whole magistrate was beaten, but he said the people who beat him is not the one. He didn't see them. So you see, this actually changes the answer of trying to position yourself in the right direction. But it's difficult to be truthful. It's very difficult to be truthful. I must tell you that. It's very difficult to be truthful.
And how are you surviving competition from other foreign counterparts?
I don't have a competitor. I'm telling you. I don't have a competitor. Why I say I don't have a competitor? A lot of people learn what we do. Even what we even wear. How other countries coming. Last week we trained Kenyan. Some people have come from Guinea for training. So we see ourselves not having competition, but we are competing towards more advancement in the business, not to be a failure tomorrow.
You're competing against yourself?
Yes. I'm competing against the environment's income. If the environment is coming with this, I have to compete against it. You know, competition actually in business is good. It's not a bad thing. But what are you competing against? I'm doing this the way the policies I should do it. I'm competing against the country's law and the policies of the country. So I do it to fit in. When you do it to fit in, when you are not fitting in, somebody can say, this guy, we need to help him. The policymakers go, okay, the policy we made, let's adjust it. You can fit in.
As we wrap up, I'm going to find out from you later on what your biggest lesson in life has been. And I'm sure a lot of these students here would like to learn from you what your biggest lesson in life has been. But I'll take my final question for the night. Should I give it to a lady or a gentleman?
Well, we are the host.
Okay, I'll give it to the gentleman.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, ladies.
Okay, so my name is Stephen Osakoto,
Okay.
and I produce TV content. So my first question, you mentioned that when you started the business, your drivers were complaining.
It's got to be snappy, very snappy.
Sure. Your drivers were complaining, and I can tell the complaints that they were coming up with.
Yes.
So you gave them an offer that they should own it. So I would like to know, what offer did you give them? Did you give them an equity stake in the business? Did you float shares for them? I'd like to know that. Now, my second question, you mentioned that your daughter manages the business now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd also want to know the morals you instilled in them. Yours, you learnt it on the street because of the hassle, but theirs is on a different level. So I want to know the kind of tutorials you gave them, what you instilled in them that has made them who they are or what they will become.
Okay.
My final question.
Since
you've tasted poverty, I would like to know what he's doing to help people.
Drop that question, please.
Okay.
You see, the first question you asked, you see, when you are employed everywhere, I myself, I'm not certified my salary. I myself, I'm not certified my salary. I had to complain. So sometimes they'll give you some small thing to top it up. There's no way nobody can complain who will not complain about his salary. Because the environment that you fall in, your expenditure goes with it. So that environment, you have to do adjustment to meet your income. Don't say that, oh, I just said it already. It is always the environment and the friends you go out with, what you hear. It's all boiling in the environment. So watch your environment, then you can meet your salary and use it and save some. I mentioned that I was saving money while I was washing, and I got 11 cedis to buy my first car. I bought my first car 40 cedis.
Your kids?
Yeah. So these things I tell my kids that look, this is how I did it. If they are going to buy something, I say, have you calculated how many days are you going to use that thing before you change it? So that is the build-up of your own cost, your personal cost. Life is business. Your life is a business. If you don't treat it as a business, you treat it as if you eat, sleep, and work, go to school and come back. It's not so. It's business. What am I doing today? What have I gained today? Every day is the question you must ask yourself.
We've got to wrap up, sir. Your biggest lesson in life?
My business, I need to answer this question, the last question.
Look, we don't have time, please.
So
your lesson?
My lessons in the world now that I've learned a lot of things as the politicians come and go. The laws they make against business in Ghana, where the business in Ghana, the Ghanaians are now trying to catch up with the thing, but the finance to support it is always a problem. And not calculating earnings and management of scale. I'll give you an example. Where's Ayalolo bus today? It's packed because management something has happened. In transport, you don't joke with it. The first business God did after creating human being was transport. He moved to him. That's the first business he did. So every day you must manage that one. If you manage that one, your product can come from farm, your product can come, your school can go, your medicals can go on well. Every movement is a result of transport.
Right.
So my lesson is that I've learned that so many things need transport to be done, and it's not being done the way it should be done properly. That's why I said, how many new trotters are on the road? We need to help them. But God has helped me. My banks has helped me. I'm telling you, my banks have done very well. And they always make sure that they don't leave me giving money and they follow the money. How am I using it? People borrow money from bank, then they are missing. No. You are spoiling the Ghanaian name in future. Your brother will go there and say, oh, and the Ghanaian account, okay, we give the money. So the lesson is that we should learn how to control our money.
Right.
If you learn how to control our money investment, you will see it through.
Right. You've got the opportunity to answer that final question,
Yeah.
I'm told. The question about why your daughter is a managing director and what you've instilled in her, values, moral lessons.
You see, as I'm growing, I said, I actually like going out with my daughters and my children, and I tell them what I'm doing. Because when I went to Holland, every area I'll go, the manager and the son is working. The manager and the son is working. I went to Germany, the same thing. I went to this place. Turkey, it's the same thing. Dubai, it's the same thing. You see that the people, and then you see these Arabs, they are children around them. You see them, their children, they are learning, they are doing the work for the child. So the money is not there, the office, the store is open. So that's what we need to learn. Today, our children want to, hey, daddy, go come. They tell you some words that you have not heard before. So it makes you get away from them. So children also should learn how to go to their children. My daughters listen to me. I said, when you finish all the universities you want to finish, you do your masters, you finish whatever you want. If my shoe, I move it and walk barefooted. She's done it. That's okay. In this business, your mother is Abla Hogley. You are Abla Hogley, the second. I'm retiring. I'm 62 years. Come and take over. They just sit back. When they make a mistake, they come and tell, okay, do it this way. The brothers are also doing it. They're supporting. So it is...
A round of applause for him. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This have been students from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, postgraduate students. I want to say a big thank you to you. It's been a very exciting program, very, very, very revealing, and at some point in time, a bit emotional. You got a bit emotional. Let me say a big thank you to the founder and the chief executive officer of J.K. Hogley Transport and Company Limited, Joseph Kweku Hogley. Thanks immensely to the producers as well as the technical guys for your support. My name is Parkwesi Osari. God willing, same time next month, we'll come your way with yet another edition of your favorite program, Time with the Captains. Ladies and gentlemen, please show him some love.